In this video we are going to create a crossover expert advisor. We have two moving averages, one for 50 candles and one for 20 candles. And when we see a crossover of these two moving averages, it will create a signal that should happen in a few seconds. And then we will see, yes, here is the first trade that has been automatically opened. So let's find out how to do that with MQL4. To start, please click on the little icon here or press F4 on your keyboard. Now you should see the Metaeditor window, and here you want to click on File, New, Expert Advisor from Template, Continue. I will call this file SimpleCrossoverEA. Click on Continue, Continue and Finish. Now you can remove everything above the onTick function. And let's also delete the two command lines here. First we need to declare two variables. One is for the small moving average, that will be for 20 candles. The other one is for the big moving average, that's for 50 candles. You see this modifier input here. It creates an external variable. An external variable can be changed without recompilation. Inside of the onTick function we start by creating a variable for the signal. That's a string variable and we don't assign any value right now because we need to calculate it later on. But first please let me calculate a few moving average values. The first one will be called small moving average 1. We use the IMA function that comes with MQL4 for the current symbol on the chart and the currently selected period on that chart. The value for the candles will be this one, the small SMA for 20 candles. We don't need a shift value. We use mode_SMA to calculate a simple moving average. And the calculation should be done based on the close price for candle 1. Now we do the same thing for the big moving average for candle 1. This line is almost identical. We have a different variable name here and a different value because big SMA equals 50 candles. And to calculate if we have a crossover, we also need to do that for candle 2. So basically we copy both lines, change the last variable here for candle 2, and please do not forget to also change the name of the variable here. So now we have 4 moving average values, and if the big moving average is greater than the small moving average for candle 1, and the big moving average for candle 2 was below the small moving average for candle 2, that would be a sell signal, so now we assign the word sell to our signal. Otherwise, if the big moving average now is smaller than the small moving average for candle 1, and the big moving average for candle 2 was bigger than the small moving average for candle 2, that would be a crossover in the other direction, and now we have a buy signal, so we assign the word buy to our signal. And if our signal equals buy and orders total is 0, that means that we have no open orders, we will use the order send function to buy 10 microlot. Otherwise, if the signal equals sell and we also have no open position or open order, we use the order send command to sell 10 microlot. Finally, we want to create a chart output, so we use the command function to output the words the current signal is and the signal we have calculated. If this was too fast for you, maybe you want to watch the other MQL4 starter videos, or maybe even take the premium course. When you're done, you can click on the compile button or press F7 on your keyboard. That should work without any errors, and in that case you can click on the little button here or press F4 to go back to MetaTrader. And in MetaTrader we use a little trick. Please click on Insert, indicators, trend, moving average, select 20 for 20 candles in the period. The shift will be 0. We want to calculate a simple moving average, and that should be done based on the close price. I want the color red, so let's click on OK. Here is the first simple moving average. Now we repeat that, and the next moving average should have a value of 50 in the period. I want yellow, so let's click on OK. Now we right-click on the chart, select Template, Save Template, and save it as tester.tpl, because this is the template that is going to be used in our backtest. If you don't see the strategy tester, please click on View, Strategy Tester, or press Ctrl and R. Please pick the new file SimpleCrossoverEA.ex4. Mark the visual mode here and start your test. Here we are. We see our two moving averages. For now, let's stop the test, because when you click on Expert Properties, Inputs, you can now change the value here. Let's say to 30 for the small moving average. But don't forget to also change the value for the template. Click on OK and save the template again as tester.tpl. You can replace the old one. Now let's start another test. And this time the red line here is for a 30 candle moving average. Let's speed up the process and we should see a crossover within a few seconds. Here it is. This is our first sell trade. And in this little video you have learned how to create an expert advisor for two simple moving averages. It generates buy and sell signals for each crossover. And you have coded it yourself with a few lines of MQL4 code.